what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the movie Annihilation. Now this is a science fiction horror film which is based on a novel by the same name, which is written by Jeff Vandermeer. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. But the film itself is directed by Alex Garland. Now this stars Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, Oscar Isaac, and so on. Now this film was very entertaining. I was surprised that I really did like it that much, because the concept of the film itself is about like this thing known as the shimmer, which is this object that kind of just like showed up out of nowhere, and it's surrounding like this particular like area. I'm not going to touch on which area it is, but it's surrounding like this area, and it's actually getting larger and larger. But for some reason, like whatever goes into the shimmer, it never returns. Now within the shimmer, you have like mutated like landscapes and like creatures that are like mutated or like evolving. So it's kind of hard to explain what's going on in the shimmer itself. But the film itself is about a group of scientists who have military experience, I guess you could say, who go into the shimmer and try to figure out what's going on, what's happening, what's causing it, where is the shimmer from, and so on. But I thought this was a very visually entertaining film, and I actually have to admit that I have never really seen anything like this before, so I was kind of surprised, the idea of how the film went, and the stuff that is going on in the film itself, I have never really seen anything quite like this, so that kind of stood out to me, and I think this is kind of, so far, maybe one of the most interesting, and unique films, and innovative films, in my opinion, that I've seen this year. Now, the film opens with Lena, who is a biologist played by Natalie Portman, and she's like in quarantine, and like scientists like are asking her about her experience with the shimmer, like what happened in it, and so on. Because apparently her husband himself, he went into the shimmer too himself. He's played by Oscar Isaac. He actually went into like the shimmer too. And then when he came back, something was like wrong with him. He's like sick and like, coughing up blood and stuff like that, So nobody knows what really happened to him, So Natalie Portman's character, she actually volunteers, not really volunteered, but she actually is assigned to go into like the shimmer to itself, and see what happens. She has like military experience. She has like 7 years, I think, of military experience, so I think she's actually capable, where you can see that she's actually capable of like handling guns, taking care of herself, as well, and she goes along with Jennifer Jason Leigh's character known as Dr. Ventress, and she's a psychologist and the leader of this expedition that is going into the shimmer to find out what's going on within the shimmer itself, Now another name for the shimmer is called Area X, and I thought that was kind of one of the cool things about the film too, like whenever they are like in certain like areas, or a certain like part of the film, I guess you could say the beginning act, or like the second act, or like the third act, it gives like area, like that particular scene of the film, like a name, It's like whenever they're in the shimmer, they set shimmer, or like whenever they're like in the area X, they call it area X, because the shimmer itself is actually also known as area X too as well, and they don't really know what it is, but when you go in it, like the different like animals and stuff like that are like mutated and stuff like that, you even like human life that was in that area before the shimmer came, and the shimmer like steadily grew and covered everybody, like some of the people that turn into like flowers and stuff like that, but I won't spoil it, but like when they're in it, it's like it's visually like a stunning, like the film, like the visual effects, like the look of like the environments and stuff like that they're in, like the locales and stuff, it's like awesome, I really like how they create like the look of the film. I guess you could say Alex Garland, the director, of like the cinematography of the film itself, it's just like beautiful and like gorgeous, you want to be in the shimmer, but at the same time it's like a dangerous and like deadly place, because this film has like a strong vibe of like science fiction in it, but at the same time it's like a strong vibe of like horror too. It's like a horror film too as well, you have like monsters and stuff who show up, and stuff like this one scene in the film, they have like this monster, it's like very terrifying, like it's actually scary, but I'm not going to spoil it, But I thought that was one of the best sequences in the film, and it's actually straight up like horror scene, but it was like very intense, and scary, Now along the way you have like the usual like chemistry between like like the military, well not the military, but like the group of people who are going into the shimmer, like Lena played by Natalie Portman, Dr. Ventress played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, Anya played by Gina Rodriguez, Josie played by Tessa Thompson, Shepard played by I think Tanya, I think that's how I pronounce her name. So you have like these like 5 women, I think it's 5 women going to the Shimmer to investigate what happened, you know, what went on and so on, you know. And then you have Oscar Isaac as Kane, who's actually Lena's husband. Now he's in the film, but like he doesn't really say too much, you know, but he's like there, but it's like he's just there, like, you know, for like filler, from my opinion, you know. He doesn't really like say too much, you know, or anything like that, you know. And he's actually a big part of what's going on in the film, you know. And you also have Benedict Wong as Lomax, and he's the scientist who's actually investigating like Lena throughout the whole film, because like when the film is going on, is not the spoilers, you know, but he's actually like interviewing, you know, Lena to actually get information about the Shimmer, and he's studying the Shimmer and so on, you know. I also thought the film had like some good like music and like the soundtrack for it, you know, like the theme of it, you know, was kind of cool. It has like a techno like a hip type beat, you know, like throughout the film, you know. Sometimes when it plays, you know, I thought that was cool, you know, as well. So I thought the music, like for the film itself, not like the songs, you know, but the actual music, like the theme of the film itself, I thought was like the score basically, I thought was cool, you know. I thought the performances were awesome too, like Natalie Portman as Lena, you know, Jennifer Jason Leigh, you know, Gina Rodriguez, you know, all of them, you know, I thought all of them did good in their roles, you know. Like I say, like Oscar Isaac, he's like, his role, it's like he didn't really have too much to say in the film, so I thought his role was kind of a letdown, but it was okay, you know. But I thought the chemistry between like the fellow actresses, I thought was pretty good, you know. I thought it was kind of odd and interesting that they're all women, you know. But it was okay, you know, because you do have like Oscar Isaac in the film, you know, as Kane, the husband. And you have Benedict Wong as like the guy, you know, like I think Lomax, who's interviewing, you know, Lena, you know. So you do have like male presence in the film, you know. But like I say, like the film itself, once they get into like the Shimmer, you know, or you can call it Area X, you know, it's like, it's a stunning film. Like the visuals on it, I think that's some of the best visuals I have ever seen, like in a movie, you know. And they really stood out, you know. This film is like very unique, you know. I kind of, to be honest, like I said before, I don't think I even seen anything like this before, you know. But it does have like little references to like other films, you know. Like at one point, it kind of seemed like The Thing, you know, John Carpenter's Thing. It kind of seems very similar to that, you know. And it's like other films I felt like it was borrowing from too as well, you know. The action in it is good, you know. Like the horror, like I said, is intense, you know, and the science fiction, you know, because it really is what it is, like a straight up science fiction. But it has like a lot of elements of like horror in it too as well, you know. But overall, you know, and I thought the ending was kind of very odd, but it was cool, you know, like the way it ended, you know. I thought it was like very odd, and like I said, like nothing I have never seen before, you know. But I thought it was like cool, you know, and awesome, you know. So in the end, I'm giving Annihilation, I'm even giving this a B. Like I said, I really did like it. Like the look of the film itself was like awesome. I think they should really release this like an IMAX, even 3D, you know, but I don't think they did, you know, if I'm not mistaken, you know. But that's my review for Annihilation. I'm giving this a B. I would highly recommend it for like, you know, fans of these kind of films, you know. And I also know that this is based on like a book series too as well, which I'm kind of curious about too, you know. So yeah, that's my review for Annihilation, which I'm giving a B. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.